Knicks family, what's popping? We just seen the Knicks defeat the Brooklyn Nets in the second preseason game. But there's some issues to talk about. Some things to talk about. So we're going to talk about it. By the way, right there, the link is in the chat. NBK t-shirts, sweatshirts, and there's going to be more to come. Let's rock. Knicks family, what's popping, man? What's popping? We got a lot to talk about because there were some things. Things are beginning to develop in the New York Knicks world. They're beginning to develop. It's happening right now. You know what I mean? So we got a lot to talk about. A lot of things to talk about tonight. We already got a video chat growing. We got Viv. We got Nate. We got Isaiah. We got the Prince. And yeah, we got a nice little chat growing right now. I'm going to ask you guys, could you do me a favor? Could you put your name, instead of it saying guest, put your name in so that we know who you are. All right? Because I'm sure everybody wants to, you know, be able to talk to you and know who you are in the chat. So there is an option with the appearing for you to put your name in. Nate, Isaiah, and new Sharkfin. Can you put your name in, please, so everybody knows who you are? All right, we got another person entering the chat. Let's see who this is. Guillermo washing dishes, entering the chat. But I'll start off by saying, good win, nice win. I think we did a good job rebounding after the first quarter. And we're going to talk about that first quarter and some of the things that we've seen. But you know, we did a nice job rebounding after coming out playing opposite of the way that we really want to play, you know, as a team. We did a nice job getting back into the game. You know, that has to be respected. And listen, I know it's preseason, right? But there's things that you can take from it. There's things that Coach Fizdale can bring back from these games into the locker room and say, look, we were down double digits and we came back. We scrapped and we fought and we came back against a team that is supposed to be scrappy. You know, there's something to be said for that, and just the way that the team can, because that's going to be something that we look at all year long. We looked at it last year, especially in the beginning of the year when the Knicks were playing well. And then they began to fumble a little bit. The question was always, can they come back? Can they rebound? Can they respond? They did it tonight, right? They responded tonight. You know, we don't want to get in that kind of situation, but we responded tonight. You know, so that's always a positive thing. That's always a strong thing. But there's a lot going on already. Our guard situation, there's a lot going on with the guard situation. A lot to talk about there. Our shooting guard situation, clearly there's some things going on there that we need to talk about. I want to talk about Enes Kanter. I don't have him on the, I don't have him as one of the topics, but I want to talk about Enes Kanter because Enes Kanter, to me, so far has looked lean and fit and faster and stronger. And of course, we already knew that he's a hell of a rebounder. And, you know, is he on his way to really having, well, we'll talk about it. We will talk about it. I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but we'll talk about it. So there's a lot of things to talk about, you know, so we're going to get into the chat, talk with the guys in the video chat, get a quick little rundown of the game. And listen, I can look in the chat and I can tell who was good in school and who was not good in school. You know what I'm saying? I really can. I could tell who paid attention in class and who did not pay attention in class. You know, because I just asked these guys, could you please put your name in as instead of it being a guest? And I look around and I still see guys labeled as a guest. It's like the teacher asking, can you please put your name on your paper? And then you get a whole bunch of papers with no names on it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on now. Isaiah, especially, okay, you know what? Real Shark Fin, we can give Real Shark Fin the pass because he hasn't really been in the group, in the video chat that much. Isaiah is a regular, always in the group chat. You know what I'm saying? No name. Nate is a regular, always in the group chat. No name. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. You know, I mean, we know who these guys are, but come on, fellas. I don't want to see that. That's not a smart move. See what I'm saying? That's not a smart move, Isaiah. All someone has to do now is pause the video, and they got your whole identification. Come on, man. I'm gonna have to blur that out. I'm gonna have to blur that out because I don't want nobody to steal your ID, steal your name. I'm gonna have to blur that out when it gets to it. All right, let's open this up. I might as well start off and open up with Isaiah. You know, I'll open up the genius of the crew.
Well, Sim, me and Nate can't do it because we're on the phone.
Because you're on the phone.
We can't change our names right now.
But why don't you just make an account with Appearing?
I do have an account with Appear. I don't have a paid account.
It doesn't have to be a paid account. If you make an account and then in your profile you make your name.
I made an account though.
Every time you log in, it'll come up with your name.
Okay. But I'll work on it. Yeah, I do that after. I got some game notes. I'm gonna go quick with the game notes.
Okay.
The game notes that I took down. Were Trier. You might as well whip that G League contract up. You might as well. Okay. Kanter. We give Kanter a lot of crap. But he played really good today. Frank. I'm gonna say this right now. To me, when I watched the game, Frank should be our starting point guard because a lot of our defense came alive when Frank hit the floor. Moutier, the Prince, we gotta talk.
Let's go quick. We want to.
Other than that, yep, a really good game. Trier is a special player. I've seen a lot of good stuff today. Mitchell Robinson with a chase down 3 block. These guys are ready, man. I'm giving A+ to the front office because they did a really good job with this draft.
Okay, I agree. I agree there for sure. All right, let's go, Guillermo. Let's do a quick one so we can get around and get everyone introduced, and then we can get into talking.
So, what do you want me to do? You want me to give a quick synopsis, real quick?
Yeah, just from what you've seen. Just something really quick.
Yeah, from what I seen, first half was a little sloppy, man. Defense stats, it got better in the second half. I'm going to say this right now, second half of the season, this is going to be our backcourt right here. Frank Ntilikina and Trier. Trier, I think he's a willing participant, but his energy is also infectious, and we need that. We need guys who are going to help chase down blocks, and we need Frank Ntilikina to make guys take bad shots and make bad passes. Okay. Moutier has to go. It's not just on offense, on defense. He was also piss poor and pretty terrible. Tim Hardaway Jr., he needs to stop taking up the ball. Too many times I saw him with the 3 guard set when it was him and Burke and Frank, and he's trying to take up the ball. It's like, guy, come off ball. You're quick enough to come around and get the quick 3 or get the quick shot. He needs to stop taking the ball. But all in all, I like that Mitchell Robinson was good. Kanter was great. He's terrible. He's not good on defense, but offensively, he's a beast. But yeah, I'll be real quick. Trier, remember that name in the second half. That kid is a beast, man.
Yeah, Trier. Trier. Yeah, we're gonna remember that name, man.
Second half. Man.
Wow. That I mean, of course he has some. He's got to refine a few things with his game, but we'll get to it. Let's get around.
My bad, man.
Real Shark Fin, what's popping, bro? What's up? Can't hear you, man. We can't hear you. I think something's up with the mic. We'll come back around to you. I'm gonna come back around to you. Viv, what's up, bro?
What's going on? Look, good game. A lot of things we can take away from it. Trier is pretty much putting all these guards on notice.
Yes.
There you go, Guillermo, the chat. Yeah, Trier's putting guards on notice. Moutier better watch out. Timmy better watch out. Hazonia better watch out. they all better, take this seriously because there are guards out there that are, they're very hungry. Yeah, like they're very hungry. They're ready to eat right now. And one thing, I'm just gonna tell you this. We'll go into detail later, but Ian Begley just mentioned. I think Biz mentioned in the post-game presser that Steve Mills asked Clyde, to I think meet with the guards. I think this was during a lunch or something. So they set up a meeting with them. So the Clyde definitely spoke some game to these guards. So clearly, I think you saw it tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. Let's get to the Prince. It's on you, my brother.
Hey man, great game. It seemed like coach he's not really calling much, but again, we can see some type of system basketball. It was a little bit unselfish early in the beginning, and didn't share the ball as much and move it around. Second half, just like everybody said, don't need to beat on, beat a dead horse, but Viv said it, man. Trier he's turning up the heat in the, with these guards. So just like the cat said, Moutier, Tim Hardaway Jr., Courtney Lee, these other guards, hey man, it's some young, hungry guards that want to play. And if you're not ready to come show out and play some defense, you just might be out of here.
Yep. I agree with you. I'm with you. Before I get to you, Nate, just let me give a quick shout out to a couple of people. Want to give a quick shout out. If I could find my shout outs, I don't know where I'm looking right now. Hopefully everything isn't froze up. Seems like it's good. Anyway, let me give a shout out to the French Unicorn for the super chat. Said Mad Love Sim. What's up to the chat? Said Moutier is a bum. Kanter is a machine, and Burke looks off Knox in favor. Burke looks off Knox in favor of Tim Hardaway, which sucks. Okay, that's something we're gonna get into. We got a few things we're gonna get into, man, because there's a lot of things happening to get into tonight. One more super chat to Siobhan Robinson. Thank you for the super chat. Said Trier is playing great offense and defense. He plays confident and can definitely take Moutier and Burke's spot. Frank is finally playing aggressive. So there we go. A lot to talk about. Let me get to Nate, and then at that, then we can get talking a little bit. Let me get you in a position. There we go, Nate. All right, Nate.
The future is bright for New York. I don't think it's ever been as bright as it is now. We might have found our shooting guard of the future, and we might not have to worry about drafting anybody. So that's a good sign. Also, I think the debate's over. Frank Ntilikina is going to be our starting point guard. He just knows how to run the offense. If you watch the game, Burke and Moutier struggled running the offense. Frank Ntilikina came in, made plays, defended, made passes when he needed to do, was aggressive, which a lot of people didn't see that coming. He even made a dunk, a nice emphatic dunk on a player. So, I mean, Frank came out to play, and it just comes back to what I said last time. Give the guy time, start him, and let him do his thing. All period.
Right. That's it. All right. Jersey Shore, what's going on with you, man? Can you hear me? Well, we can't hear you. All right, so I'm gonna get to it's Q, right? Quincy, right?
Yeah.
Quincy, yeah, what's going on, man?
Call me.
Yeah, what's going on? Hey, do me a favor. Can you hold the mic a little bit? Hold that mic on your earbuds a little bit closer, to your mouth, so we can hear you a little bit better. Yeah, there you go.
You can hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. I don't know, because I hear the voices inside my ear, so I don't know.
Say that again. Yeah, sounds kind of bad right now, so I'm gonna come over to the Real Shark Fin, and then we're gonna get talking. I want to talk about this first quarter. Real Shark Fin, what's going on, man? Still can't hear you. We still can't hear you. I can't hear him. Now, I think you got yourself muted, my man. Nope, can't hear him. All right, well, we'll get that fixed. But I want to talk about this first quarter, right? Because, we came out in the first quarter, and in the first quarter, I seen a lot of things in that first quarter. Yeah, I mean, there were just a lot of things in the first quarter that I seen like last year. There was a lot of isolation in that. It was bad defense and a lot of isolation. And that is always that's never going to lead to anything positive. So that first quarter was a rough first quarter to watch. In that first quarter. A lot of isolation play, a lot of bad defense. But we did rebound. But the isolation play, I'm a little bit nervous about it because we have a lot of isolation players on this team. Trier's an isolation player. Trey Burke is an isolation player. I don't know if Knox is an isolation player. He was kind of quiet tonight. We'll talk about that. Tim Hardaway is an isolation player. Moutier he'll distribute the ball a little bit more, but he likes to get his and go to the rack as well. We have some isolation type guards. And Robert Paris, thank you for the super chat. You asked who's going to get cut for ISO Zone. I think we're going to talk about that in a little bit. So we do have some isolation type guards. And that concerns me. That really concerns me coming into the season. These guys play this way. And this is what I know and what I feel about in isolation, why guys become isolation players. It's like with Melo. It's like with Kobe. These guys, it's about getting a rhythm, right? So it's like when they get the ball, it takes them 2, 3, maybe 4 dribbles so that they can get a rhythm to do the things that they want to. And so what's the problem with that? The problem is that then it slows down the offense, right? When guys are in isolation that way, it slows down the offense. It cuts off movement. And guys, a lot of guys that isolate, I've played with a lot of guys that isolate. And when guys isolate, they get the ball and they start making their moves and they start dribbling and they're doing this and they're doing that. Right. And then they look at everyone else and they say, well, you guys aren't cutting to the basket. You guys aren't moving. You guys aren't doing this. But it's very hard when someone starts to just dribble. It's very hard to start moving because you don't know what that guy's going to do. And that's what, when you have the basketball, you are the drum beat on the floor. You are the rhythm of the offense when you have the basketball. Right? That's you. Any person who has the ball, you now control the offense. You control everything that's going to happen from there on, moving forward. So when you have the ball and you dribble, you can't complain that somebody else isn't cutting to the basket because they don't know what you're going to do. They may cut to the basket and then you penetrate to the basket on the same side, going to the same place where they're cutting to the basket, and now there's a collision or the spacing becomes bad. Every move depends on the ball handler, the person with the ball. Whatever the person with the ball does, that's what initiates the next move on offense. You know what I'm saying? And so it's very hard to have an offensive rhythm, other guys to be in rhythm when you have ISO players. But with ISO players, it's very hard for an ISO player to get into rhythm without taking rhythm dribbles. You know what I mean? And so that is where you get into some of the tug and pull between a guy being an ISO player and then running an offense. You know what I'm saying? Because ISO players need those rhythm dribbles in order to play well. They need those rhythm dribbles. And so that's the problem. And we have a lot of those guys on the team. And that is the reason why I like Frank. I'm sorry. But Frank doesn't need those rhythm dribbles, right? Frank is going to score. Like I've seen people already say that Frank was more aggressive, maybe a little bit, but I'm not ready to just say, yes, he was this much more aggressive. I think Frank, more than not, in my opinion, really just took what was available to him. You know what I'm saying? Took what was available to him. Whatever shot was available to him, or if there was a penetration available to him, he took it. Right? In the past, he maybe didn't well, I'm not going to say in the past. A lot of times he doesn't recognize what's available to him. And so he doesn't take it. You know, or he recognizes it, but his mind is about distributing and moving the ball, and he doesn't take it when it's available. Tonight, he took it when it was available. I don't think he played any more aggressive as a player than any other time. I just think he took what was available to him when other times he doesn't take what's available to him. You know, I think that is, you know, that was the key for Frank. You know, but that's why I like Frank, because he doesn't need to take those kind of isolation dribbles, you know, and he can keep your offense moving. I'm not saying that Allonzo Trier can't learn to be that way, but it's in his nature. You can see it. It's in his nature to go for it. You know, so what he has to learn, you don't want to take him out of his nature. You want him to play natural. So what he's got to learn, and I think we talked about it in the group chat before we jumped online. What I think Trier is going to have to learn to do is to go get his with 1 or 2 dribbles, or a real quick boop 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 to the cup, maybe 3 dribbles, just real quick boop 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 bang, you know, boop 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 bang, you know, instead of having to pull back, pull your man out, go between the legs, and then make your move. No, we want him to be able to catch it, do, and go. And if it's not there, get the ball out of his hands. You know, but tonight we seen some of this ISO offense, and I don't like it. I don't want it on this team. You know what I mean? We've got to be able to move this thing. We got to be able to move the ball, keep it moving. We have players that if we really work on keeping this ball moving, you know, we got guys that can score off of cutting. I seen Trier do a nice curl. I don't remember who it was that gave it to him. Do a nice curl, caught it, layup, beautiful. That's exactly what we want from him. You know what I'm saying? Exactly what we want from him. So, you know, but, you know, with all that being said, there's a lot of guys on the team that have something to look out for with Trier being on the floor. There's a lot to look out for with Trier on this team. So, with that being said, man, let's get to this. Let me get to the video chat. See what guys think about, you know, what they're seeing with this ISO offense. Before I do that, though, let me get to a phone call. I seen guys been calling in. I know people want to talk. Let me get to a phone call real quick. Let me see. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. Can you do me a favor and turn that down in the back, please?
Gotcha.
All right, what's going on with you, bro?
Nah, man. What you guys talking about? Nah, I was on the whole. I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, we were just talking about in the first quarter, we seen a lot of ISO offense, right? And versus moving the ball up the floor, you know, and playing fast. And then if we don't have anything, bringing it out and really having ball movement. What do you think? And a lot of that is because we have, you know, we got players that like to go ISO. You know, that's their game. Trier, Burke, even Moutier, Hardaway. When Kanter gets the ball, you know, he's supposed to do it, though. He gets the ball down low because he gets great position down low. He's going for it for himself, which I'm okay with that. I have no problem with that at all. What's your take on it? And then real quick, what's your take? I want to get to this video chat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for the Kanter going one-on-one. Yeah. As far as
it's hard.
I love this guy.
It's hard for me to hear you, bro. You kind of muffled. Say that again. I said it's hard for me to hear you. You're kind of muffled.
Hold on. Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
All right, cool. Yeah, I had it on speaker. Yeah, as far as like Trier, I love this guy, man. I mean, he's aggressive. He's and I seen what they were talking about when they said that he was doing those as far as like going going down the lane and blocking those shots when it comes to defense and stuff like that. So I seen that, even though they called it that it was you know, they called it on.
They called it a goaltending, but
man, that was a goaltending. But I was like, yeah, that was a pure block
nice
right
play.
there.
That was a great
beautiful.
play. Yeah, that was a great play.
I mean, the first half rather, it was really bad. And I think when Allonzo Trier got into the game in the second quarter, that's when it really turned up. Moody is trash. He is trash. I don't know. He definitely regressed. I thought he played okay in the first game, but the second game, oh man, it was.
Yeah, you know what? I just don't know. You know, I'm willing to give him a shot, but I'm just not sure I don't know. I don't know if Moutier's got it. I don't know if Moutier's got it.
Do you think that he's gonna, like? I know you said you want to get to this in another, later on, but Trier's got to make the team. He has to make the team.
Well, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that.
I won't get into it, but Moutier, I mean, oh, man.
Yeah. Well,
I had hope for him when it came to, what the coaches said, that, he was playing well in training camp and stuff like that. But the first game was okay. This game was,
I mean, it wasn't even. I didn't really see him do anything at all. You know what I mean? But
it was.
Hey, I got a lot of people calling in, man. I got a lot of people calling in. So I'm gonna move this along. But I appreciate you calling in.
No problem, man.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I know there's a lot of people been trying to get on. All right.
No problem. I figured those.
Appreciate it. Peace. But yeah, but going back to the ISO offense, it's something that Fizdale is going to have to. Fizdale's definitely going to have to. Look, it's early, but it's something that I think they're going to have to focus on. It's really got to be a point of contention when they get back into practice and all those things. It's got to be a point of contention. If not, then we're going to have problems with it all year long. And it's not something that I want to have problems with. I want to see an offense that runs nice and smooth. And I know we got young guys, so it's not always going to be that way. It's not always going to be that way. It's going to be up and down. We know it's going to be up and down. You know what I mean? It's going to be up and down. There's something that we're going to have to deal with all year. But Fizdale's really got to focus on it, make sure that we don't get out of control. We can't get out of control with this ISO stuff, man. Just can't do it. We'll get to another call. Calling you on live with nothing but Knicks. What's poppin'?
Yo, Black Time. Shout out to the chat. What's good, son?
I'm chilling, man. What's up with you?
Ain't nothing, man. I kind of lost track of where you at on the show.
Yeah, we we're talking about ISO offense right now.
Oh yeah. I heard your little. You don't like it. I think honestly, I don't think we were really going ISO in that first quarter. I think we was just missing shots and not really executing well. I think it kind of got to the point where we needed to run some ISO to actually score, and then it. Then Trier ended up doing well, so it ended up kind of just going.
I feel like in the first quarter I seen just a few times with Trey Burke, Tim Hardaway, where it was kind of, and even Clyde alluded to it, was like we just one pass and then shot. We really got to get guys moving. You know what I mean? Clyde was like, I haven't seen the guys come up and pass the ball, three, four, five times to go around the perimeter. It's just like passing and shot. And I know that could be the style.
It definitely got to that point. One thing I noticed, Hardaway still with the bad shot selection. I think his first basket was when he actually drove. Burke seems like he's trying to be more of a point guard facilitator.
Yes. And that's a problem.
I think that's necessarily a problem for him. He's not. He didn't come out and like play his game, so to speak. And I think that's where it got down to a problem. I think he played the game for second half, third quarter.
Yeah, and look, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? That is a problem. I think it's a problem because I just feel like Trey Burke he plays more natural when he is ready, when he's able to just go and do what he needs to do. Being the lead point guard, and I know a lot of people are going to yell at me in the chat. I'm cool with it. I'm okay with it. Being the lead point guard, you just have so many more responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's going to hinder Trey Burke's game. So the 18 points per game or whatever it was that he scored at the end of last season, we won't see it because he's going to be responsible for getting everybody else involved. That's going to be his responsibility. And I'm sure Fizdale is going to make it his responsibility where he's best suited to go for his. I think.
Here's the thing, Sin. I think even playing his game naturally the way he does most of the time, he can still get you up to 8 or 6. 8 assists.
Yeah.
You know, it might be 5, 6, but up to 8.
And I think
the problem is he was rarely, I think, looking to pass.
And see, I think
Clyde said was he thinks Frank should run the 2 position because of his handle. And I'm telling the 4 on that side as well. Not saying down the road he may not. You know, he's got to tighten up that dribble to run the lead guard.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, if you're gonna have pressure on you, you got to tighten up the dribble. But it doesn't mean that he can't still be the facilitator. The facilitator, in my opinion, doesn't always need to have the ball. The facilitator can still be the person, you know, giving instructions. I mean, giving instructions, telling people where to go. You know, different things. I mean, but also, you know, if he can't get the ball up the floor, which I don't know, I think he can. You know, I haven't seen anybody just take the ball from him. You know what I mean? I think he can get the ball up the floor.
Straight suspect.
Yeah,
pressure,
and you know,
pressure,
I think
he gives it up quick under pressure.
But see, I think that goes back to just the way that he learned to play basketball, because I learned to play basketball the same way. If I'm coming up the floor and I have a man, and this is a big difference between American players and European players. If I'm coming up the floor and I have a man in front of me that's giving me some pressure, and you, Tony, you know, you're a guard with me, we're both on the floor, and you don't have someone in front of you giving you pressure, I might as well just give you the ball, even if I can take that man off the dribble, right?
Agree.
You know, and maybe the coach doesn't want me to just blow past him. Maybe the coach wants this call or that call or whatever it is. I can take and I can get the ball to you where there's less pressure. You know what I'm saying? Where, okay, and then now I can come back and get the ball if need be. You know, I think that's the kind of game that he learned. People in America look at that and say, and I'm not saying you, but people in America look at that and say, well, that's a big fault of his, or that's something that is hurting his game because he's not, you know, okay, I got a defender in front of me. Now I got to break him down and run past him. You know, I just don't always think that it doesn't have to be that way. That's the way we play in America, but that's not the way we play everywhere. You know what I mean? Whoever has the best opportunity, I think, is the way that, you know, European players learn how to play, and that's still in him. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just, so I don't see, to me, I've never seen him just, well, maybe last year once or twice someone took the ball from him, but all players get the ball taken from him. I just don't see that his handle is so bad where someone's like, well, you know, he can't handle the rock. I mean, when he times throughout the game when, matter of fact, in the second quarter, I think it was the second quarter or whenever it was, and he brought the ball and he was the point guard on the floor. He didn't do it bad. He didn't do bad, but
I'll tell you what I really like. I like him in the post. I like him using his height in the post.
Yeah. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. My bad.
Yeah. Nah, I agree with you. Hey, Tony, are you going to be able to get in the group chat tonight? The video chat?
I'm gonna try. I'm getting my daughter ready to leave. Let me just say one more thing real quick to the chat. I've been telling them about Ron Baker. You gotta respect that guy, man. His hustle. If all of our guards hustle and play as hard as he did, we have a real guard problem on our hands.
Yeah, exactly. We do. A real one. We got a real one. I think we got one right now. Yeah, but we got a real one right now, in my opinion. But hey, Tony,
I'm gonna try to jump in. Let me say goodnight to my daughter. Shout out to the chat though, yo, Blackest Time.
All right,
2-0. Knicks starting off on flight.
Let's rock. That's what I'm talking about. All right, peace. Yeah, we definitely have a guard problem on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. That's without a doubt. We got a guard problem on our hands. Let me get to the chat, man. And I see my man. I seen him up here in the chat who said, his call dropped a few times. You were calling, bro, when I wasn't ready to take calls. You know what I'm saying? But keep calling. I'll get you on here. I'll get you on here. I'm gonna jump over to the video chat a little bit. So let's rock. Let's see what's going on. I want to get my man French Unicorn on. Frenchie, what's popping, bro?
What's up, man? What's up, fellas?
I'm chilling, man.
Shout out to the chat.
Yes, sir. Hey, French, man, are you coming up to? I know you said November 4th. You was coming to DC.
Yeah, my brother got a box, so we're gonna be at the November 4th game. So we definitely got to link up.
That's what's up. Definitely.
I've been trying to hit you up on Facebook or get your email so I could at least have a way to get in touch with you, so we could at least link up at the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my email in the chat and then hit me, hit me up, and then we can exchange information.
You could have my email too, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, for sure. So what you think, man, about this? We're kind of talking the ISO play and guard battle at the same time. You know what I mean? What do you think?
I have a real big problem with Burke, man. I just don't think Burke. I don't think Burke the guy. I don't think Burke's gonna. What I see the most from Burke is that he likes Tim Hardaway Jr. So he's looking off Knox, he's looking off the open guy, and he's going to Tim Hardaway Jr. That's never open. I don't know. I just don't like him. Moody is obviously a bum. I know the Prince ain't liking that, but he's a bum. He needs to get the hell out.
Well, Tim Hardaway and Trey Burke played together.
Yeah, they went to Michigan together. Yeah, I know where the love comes from, but
yeah, so they got a
that hurts your offense.
Yeah,
you just
definitely.
No, I hear you, but I'm just saying that you're over there, you're playing, and you're looking at Tim Hardaway Jr., who you think is the man, but he's not playing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Big shout out to my man Justin Smith. Justin Smith, thank you for the super chat. He said deep guard rotation for now, right now for cheap. Trier stock is up. Moutier and Tim Hardaway Jr. stock is down. Must move them for KD dollars this offseason. Here comes the KD talk. We know it's coming. Does Fizz comments on Trier show favoritism against other guards? I mean, I don't think so. I think, Fizz is just commenting on what he sees as, just commenting on what he sees. You know what I mean? All right. Isaiah, what's popping, man? I'm going to try to get to the real shark fin and my man over here. What's popping?
Yeah. What's going on, Sam? We still talking about the ISO? What we talking about the ISO?
Yeah, we kind of talk about this ISO stuff because it's big to me. You know what I mean? Because I think
it's definitely big to me as well because we need to nip that in the book. We don't need the Carmelo, everybody looking around, get in the rhythm. We don't need that. You know what? What Fizz said was, and I read the Post report. He was basically saying, like, Zoe's who he is, and I understand it to a certain extent that there are some players that really do work well isoing, and with Zoe, I think Zoe's going to be one of those players where, he might need the ISO, but also Fizz has to nip some of that in the butt where, you can ISO, but we got to keep that ball moving, because at the end of the day, it's a ball movement and defense wins championships. Like Viv and me were talking about earlier, Golden State, they get 30 assists a game, and there's no wonder they won 4 titles, 3 or 4 titles, right? And also too, this is, and you said it a little bit when you were talking to Tony. This is why Frank's so important. Mm-hmm. This is why a lot of us stress that Frank's important, to the sense of, you can't have 5 players on a court that want the ball. You can't. It's just never going to work. You need a point guard that's going to run. The way this team is looking right now with Knox, KP, Zoe, and all these other players, these players can put it in the hole. We need a point guard that's going to say, hey, I'm okay with getting 5 shots or 10 shots a game. I'm fine with that. I want to get everybody right, and I'm going to play defense. Yeah. This is why we stress that. That's why we stress so much about Frank, and like you said about Trey. This is, and people got to understand one thing about Trey. This is why he didn't work in Utah, because they tried to make him in Utah John Stockton. They try to make him a point guard when that's not his game. His best game is when he get into himself. Right. People got to understand that. That's his game. That's why we say he should be a 6-man, because that's the best way to use him, to my opinion. Right. That's the best way.
Exactly, because that's just not what he is. That's not what he is. Let me get to
You go to somebody else.
Yeah, let me get over here. I'm gonna try to get. I forgot your name. You got the
Jersey Shore.
Yeah, Jersey Shore.
What up? I heard you say earlier that we had a point guard problem. We don't have a problem. We already see what's happening. We watched 2 games now. Everybody's entitled to have a good game and a bad game. Okay. As I had written in the chat earlier, Moutier was the only one that had 2 awful games. Mm-hmm. Now, you yourself, Simeon, said that right now we got a point guard who appears to going to start all these games, but you yourself said he patched the ball too much. And as I told the chat, passing the ball is always faster than dribbling. So, and then too, and then too, Burke, he can only guard one position when you have Ntilikina guarding 3. Mm-hmm. You have, and he can barely guard the 1. And like you said, in the playoffs, like you said 2 or 3 shows ago, when it comes to slowing the ball down, I'm 6'5", 6'6". I'm gonna have your little behind up under the basket and get an and 1 at least 4 times a game. So that gives Ntilikina 4 chances to make 4 points just on the foul line alone. Yeah. And so that gives Ntilikina his 12 to 13 points a game. Right. But look what he has done for the game. You talk about plus and minuses. You definitely had to see all his pluses today. I mean, and like you said, defense. We got 3 shooters. Right. So I mean, my problem is now, damn it, that Moutier looks so damn awful. Where in the hell are you gonna give him minutes so you can pawn him off? Thank God we only owe him for a year.
That's a good point. I want to see what Shark Fin. Hopefully we got the audio stuff ready. Shark Fin, what's going on? Can you hear me? I can't hear Shark Fin still. Still can't hear Shark Fin. I don't know what's up with the audio, but I can't hear you, bro. I can't hear Shark Fin. Let me come up here, Prince, because Prince, you're the Moutier guy in the crew, right? Give me 1 second though, Prince, before we get to it. Let me give a shout out, big shout out to Correct Defense. Just talking about Trier. Actually, Correct Defense, Big shout out for the super chat. I'm gonna read what you said off in a little bit when we start talking about Trier. All right. I'm gonna ask you, Prince. Where do you think we are right now, based on these 2 games, in defining who is going to be the lead guard? Where are we right now? I want you to start this off. Where are we in defining a lead guard?
Oh man. So what we got, like you said, I mean, I think you and Viv was talking about it, and I started writing some stuff down, and I put all of the 5 guards. And like you said, I mean, Frank is obviously, I mean, the 2 games you got to give him a +1. Dotson, definitely last 2 games you got to give him definitely a +1. Trier, after tonight, I mean, he's definitely moved up to be a +1. Moutier, obviously down. I mean, I can't be his defense. Not -2, -1, whatever you want to call it. Baker, with his defense and intensity, I mean, his defense and his intensity in the game, and the fact that he's been knocking down shots. He's been shooting the 3 and knocking it down. He's definitely a +1. So, like I said, I mean, if like we said, with Moutier and Tim Hardaway Jr. being the 2 bottom feeder guards we have, at this point, I mean, I would have to say it would have to be, I mean, I guess with consistency, it would have to be either Frank. It would have to be Frank, Trier, Dotson, Baker, Tim Hardaway Jr. and Moutier. That's how I got it. I mean, that's how I got it basically.
Okay. All right.
At the bottom. Moutier's at the bottom.
Yeah,
he's at the bottom
over here.
of the list.
Let's talk to Viv. See what Viv got to say. Viv, what do you think, man? As far as this point guard or lead guard battle right now, who do you think is in the lead?
Well, probably with the coaching staff, I guess they may still think Trey is. But look, I think what we've seen these first 2 games, it's clearly evident that you can't have both of them on the floor at the same time. Because what happens is that the moment you have both of them on the floor at the same time, it gets very stagnant. And what also happens is that you lose a potential scorer off the bench that can give you instant buckets. Yep. Now, obviously, Trier can do it, but remember, Trier is also, he hasn't played an NBA game yet, so we don't know. Just because he's doing it in preseason now, we don't know what's going to happen come game 1 of the regular season.
Right.
But
look,
I think Frank, he gives you is making a serious run for it. He played very composed, and I think he took the opportunities, whatever opportunities were given to him. He made the most out of them today. And his defense is obviously he hasn't lost a step there. Obviously, as all of us are, we saw nothing from Moutier that showed us any reason to play him. I think Baker will be an interesting guy because he just brings that hustle that's very contagious on the floor. But I think you can combine him with some other guards too, where you can kind of make things interesting, where you can have Baker, Frank, and maybe even someone else out there. Just because the energy that he brings, you can kind of complement it with someone else who brings high energy like Frank and just create this super high voltage energy type of bench. Like a rotation, I guess. But
let me get to a call real quick, Viv. I still got you open, but let me get to a call. All right,
I got you.
Call you on live with nothing but Knicks. What's popping?
Hey Sim, what's up, bro? How you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm alright, man.
Good.
What's going on? What we talking about?
I'm chilling, man. We're talking about this guard battle based on the 2 preseason games. Have you seen who's in the lead for that lead guard? Who are you looking at for that lead guard right now based on these 2 games? And I know some people are saying, well, it's only 2 preseason games, but we only got 5 preseason games, right? So Fizdale has to make a decision. He's got to use these 5 preseason games, 4 or 5 preseason games, whatever it is, to make a decision about what lineups are going to look like and who's going to be his commander on the floor. And I know Fizdale continues to say whoever has the ball is going to be that commander, but there's someone is going to develop to be the guy that he trusts to get things done. I don't care what he can say, whatever he says in the media, you know, because he wants to keep everyone's spirits high. He wants to keep that competition going. But there's going to be one of those guards that he trusts to really get things done. And I don't mean get things done as far as just scoring the ball, but like really run the team on the floor. There's going to be someone that he trusts to do that. You know, and who do you think right now is in the league to do that?
If you're going by what Fizdale said in the beginning, as you keep what you kill, following his philosophy, if we're going by that, because I know people probably gonna say I'm bugging, but if you're going by his philosophy and what he said, that starting positions are up for grabs and you keep what you kill.
Right.
If we're talking about these 2 games, it's Trier. Tim Hardaway, for you to be coming in these 2 games, all right, if somebody was watching these 2 games and they wasn't a Knicks fan at all, they never seen the Knicks play, they don't know who was the starters, who was the bench players, nothing, and you ask them to watch those 2 games and then tell you who did they think the starting point guard was, Hardaway wouldn't be the name. And for that simple fact, like, it's something going on with Hardaway. He should be coming in averaging 15, 20 points off the rip. Like, you shouldn't have no competition right now between Dotson and damn near and Trier, being Tim Hardaway Jr. But he's coming in looking, he's underperforming, even though it's just preseason. To me, he's underperforming. Trier, the ISO thing is a little too much, but then that goes on Fizdale. I think the one way that you can fix it really quick and really simple, instead of giving Trier the ball at the top of the key to do his ISO, have him come off picks. If you have him come off of screens and picks or double screens, as soon as he gets the ball, his defender's going to be moving already. So he's probably only going to need 1 or 2 dribbles to get past him. But if you give it to him at the top of the key, setting him up, if you notice, every time he gets it on the top of the key, he'll get it close to the defender, and then he'll take like 2 steps back to get into his move. If you send him off of screens and picks, he's not going to have to do that because the defender's going to be moving already. So now he could pick, am I going to go left or right with a couple moves? So that can be done quick. And I'm kind of disappointed that Fizdale's not seeing that already.
Yeah.
Like, I caught that already. That's very simple.
Right.
And I think when I see Trier, I envision KP on the floor with him. Him and KP on the floor together with Frank, because you got a dominant defensive player at point guard. Trier, even though it's preseason, we're talking about the games that we saw, and if you remember, the first couple times I've been in here, this is Melra, by the way, I had the chat laughing at me when I said Trier was going to shit on Dotson automatically. People were like, oh, no, he's a G League. Nah. You can tell from Arizona and them summer league games that he was going to push Dotson off to the side already. And Mitch. I've been saying Trier and Mitch are ready. A lot of people been laughing and calling me stupid, and I'm telling you, man, them boys are ready. But to answer your question, man, I don't know if it's going to happen. I doubt it's going to happen. But Trier is creeping up on. Trier is doing what Tim Hardaway should be doing.
Yeah, I mean, so far.
And like I said, the ISO thing might be a huge thing, but to me, and you're a coach, you know this, send him off of picks and screens, man. Yeah, and as soon as he get that ball, he got a good second to figure out what he's going to do, and he has the handle to do it. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Trier got the handle to cut you on the move. He's quick. His stutter is ridiculous. The problem is you're giving it to him at the top of the damn key and letting him sit there for 3 or 4 seconds to set up his move.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, man, I'm gonna let you go. Because I know I got a lot of people trying to call in. Hey, I appreciate the call. Great points. Tim, yep.
Real quick. The conference call earlier, what happened, man? I couldn't get through. For some reason, my phone wouldn't let me
It didn't get through.
That area code.
Okay, well, I'll send you the information. I'm sending out an email. I didn't get to send it right after the conference call, but you'll get some information real quick. It's real easy information, so I'll send it to you. Nothing big.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Peace.
All right, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, everything that he just said about Allonzo Trier, I agree with 100%. As a matter of fact, I had a clip queued up. Well, I didn't have it queued up. I had a clip that I cut. And I didn't get a chance to cue it up so I can show it, but it was just about how I would like to see Allonzo Trier score. And basically, he came off of a screen, whoever it was passed him the ball, and bam, there he was. That's what we want him doing. We don't want him isoing at the top of the key, right? Because, that's going to be, if you give him the freedom to do it, then, he may take advantage and do it a little bit too much. Caller, you on live with no. Oh, there we go. Caller, you on live with nothing but Knicks. What's poppin'?
Coach Sam, what up, big homie? How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. I'm doing excellent. These past 2 games got me real excited right now.
Okay.
So, we still talking about the boy Trier?
We talking about Trier. We talking about Trier. As a matter of fact, before I even get into your call, I want to give finally go ahead and give this shout out to Correct Defense. Talking about Trier, he said he's not D. Mitchell, but Trier needs to be used in a similar way. Let him do his thing, but make sure to have plays to get him going within the offense. And that's exactly what the last caller was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Let him do his thing, but do it within the flow of the offense. And so that it doesn't stagnate the offense, because it wasn't. I mean, he had some one-on-one things, but like against the Wizards, right there in that fourth quarter, it was stagnant because he was just catching the ball, isoing at the top of the key and doing his thing. Tonight it wasn't as much. You know what I mean? But we need to make sure that we're able to get him the ball in the flow of the offense. And big shout out to Marty Knicks. He says, ISO is fun until he goes 3 for 17 like Melo. You're right. You're 100% right. And that's the whole reason why we've got to make sure that he's getting his shots. If he's that kind of a player, make sure he's getting his shots within the flow of the offense and not breaking back and, just ISOing by himself. So here's my question to you that I want you to talk about a little bit. Is Trier going to be the guy that sends Hardaway packing? And then after you talk, I'm gonna get back to the video chat. Is Trier going to be the guy that sends Hardaway packing?
I was thinking in a whole other direction, man. Like if Trier's play continues the way it is, it's gonna cause a domino effect. Mm-hmm. Like I know for sure that's gonna happen. But I think it's gonna be everybody boy Burke, man. Trey Burke might have to get up out of here. Because their style of offense is a little bit similar. Like the way he pushes all right, his handle was a little bit stagnant like the game against the Wizards, but you can tell the coach got right on that. He moved the ball a little bit fast. He still let him do his thing a little bit, but when he took his shots, he made his decisions a little bit quicker. And like his defense is. He has probably a little bit of problem keep staying in front of the ball, but he's good at catching up on defense because of his speed and his size. Burke doesn't have that. So, like, if you want to stay with size and people who could guard like multiple positions, Trier might be the better option.
Now, my question is this: financially, it makes more sense, in my opinion. Financially, it makes more sense to move Timmy, right? Because Timmy. Okay, if Allonzo Trier, and look, you gotta see, can he do this consistently in an actual NBA game, right? Right now, but let's not.
Yeah, we putting the carriage before the horse right now.
Yeah, but I mean, but let's also not discount the fact that
the way it is with him, like somebody got to go. We got too many guards signed, and that boy he got something with him if it stay like that.
Yeah, and listen, even though it's preseason, let's not discount the fact that he's doing it against legit NBA players. He's coming in and playing against legit NBA players. He's not doing it in the fourth quarter against guys that's going to be in the G League. He's doing this against legit NBA players. He would probably, I know back a couple of shows ago, we talked about, we had players' goals. And one of my goals for Trier was for him to tear up the G League. From what I'm seeing now, he will murder the G
you might not
League.
even have to see a D League, bro.
You know, right. If he goes in the G League, he will murder the G League, in my opinion. You know,
same way Trey Burke did, and this boy's still young. Like he was a senior when he graduated. I mean, when he left college, or junior.
You know what? I have to look at it. I'm not sure, but
I believe he was either a senior or junior, so he's not a baby.
No,
you know what I mean.
And you know he's got good.
Still got a ceiling. He's got a good NBA ceiling.
Exactly, because he can learn how to control everything. So he's got a great NBA ceiling still. Because he can learn how to control himself. You know,
now, who really should be scared right now is the boy Moutier. He need to be terrified right now because he might not have a job by the time the season starts. Because the way coach was loving Ron Baker when at the end of the fourth quarter and all that, like Moutier ain't gonna get no burn, man. There's too many guards ahead of him right now. Especially or if it's a competition or whatever they say, thing where they're trying to make each other better. Moutier ain't getting better.
Yeah, I mean, you got a point there, man. You got a point. Hey, let me let you go. I know we got some calls getting in. I want to get to the video chat, so I'm going to let you rock, man. Appreciate the call.
All right. Shout out to the chat. Have a good night.
Peace, man. Peace. All right, let's get back up here. Guillermo, what you think about what you just heard about? What do you think about Trier? Hardaway?
That's the realest shit. I'm telling y'all, man.
Guillermo.
People don't understand, but you know what's crazy, man?
I don't think he can hear me.
Because, like, I'm not the most...
He can't hear me. So, Viv, I'll ask you. Because Guillermo couldn't hear me. Is Trier... I'll get back to you, Guillermo. Is Trier going to be the guy who sends Hardaway packing?
Not immediately. I don't think Hardaway got a lot of value. I mean, we're looking at I don't think anybody wants this version of Hardaway, I'll tell you that. This whole pouting and all this other nonsense. But look, I think what he will do is he will probably scare Hardaway enough that it'll be like, look, Trier is going to take your minutes away. And I think that's what Hardaway just needs, that like stern, like that tough love, like, hey, you got to step it up. And I think that Trier can do that. And I think a lot of the other, like Baker and even Dotson are, can also threaten his minutes too. So I think if maybe you can't pack him, but maybe at least you can kind of show him some tough love to get him to step up.
Okay.
And hey, look, if his Trier's effort and his hustle can, motivate Hardaway to, act like he's like the 15th man, have that same type of like energy and whatever. That might be the best thing for him. I mean,
okay. All right.
I'm just more realistic in the sense that we can't really. No one's going to want that contract unless we trade, someone good with him. So. Right.
I agree with you. We may have a hard time moving this contract if people look and say, well, look, you got a young guy who came in and you're moving him because you want this young guy to play. We'll see how it goes, but I think Tim Hardaway should be watching his back. He should be watching his back a little bit. Let me see what Guillermo thinks, and then Guillermo, what do you think, man? Should Tim Hardaway watching his back?
That's all I say, Trier, man. Look, Tim Hardaway, man. This is what when I was watching the game, man. This is what got bad, man. Like Tim Hardaway, there's a difference. You saw the difference between Trier and Tim Hardaway. Kanter was hot that game, right? And there were times where Trier could have easily took up the basket, right? I saw on 2 occasions where he did the little wraparound thing when he was taking the layup. He could have gone for a layup and did the whole muscle thing because he was muscling his guy. But he saw that Kanter was hot. He saw, hey, let me get Mitchell involved. And he did the wraparound thing to get Mitchell involved. I know Mitchell bobbled it or whatever, but that's the type of thing that when you get your teammates involved, it gets everyone else hyped up. That's why when he started to get those little and ones, everybody got hyped up. Now, the difference between him and Tim Hardaway, and people want to say this, right? It took literally one preseason for Trier to expand his game to involve other people. It took one preseason. Hardaway had seasons, and he still hasn't gotten it yet. Hardaway had a possession this game where he drove to the basket, and the shot he took was fine. He missed it. But I was expecting him to dump it off to Kanter because Kanter kind of like peeked behind the guy. And if he dumped it to Kanter, Kanter would have had the easy layup. And this is when Kanter was hot. And Hardaway literally plays in a silo. So to me, like I said, second half of the year, when the trade deadline's up, if we don't get rid of Hardaway, whatever, I want to see Trier and Franklin Ntilikina. I want to see energy. I want to see a backcourt that plays together defensively. Say what you want about Trier. Now, I did see one possession with Trier where he didn't step up for the charge, and I was like, oh man, come on, you got to step for the charge, bro. But for the fact that this guy was chasing guys down, like it was infectious. You saw it, and it invigorated the team. I understand it's preseason Nets. I don't see that from Tim Hardaway. So when the second half comes, I want to see Trier. I want to see Franklin Ntilikina. I want to see a hungry backcourt. I'm tired of Tim Hardaway Jr. Man, he lets his ego get in the way of his basketball smarts, where he's jacking up shots instead of going to basket, getting his guys involved. Man, tired of it. Get rid of him.
Okay, all right, man. I mean, made some good points there. Definitely made some good points. And look, Trier, man, the one thing I noticed with Trier is he's already strong. He may not have had time to work in the NBA and build his body yet, but he's already strong. When he goes to the basket, he can take hits. He can score through the hit. Impressive.
Hey, Sim, can I ask you one question real quick?
Yep.
This whole game, did you see Trier take like a really bad ill-advised shot?
I didn't see anything really, really bad. As a matter of fact, I think I seen, and I'm gonna go back and watch the game again. I seen a little bit less ISO than I seen in the first game. A little bit more scoring, like in transition, off of one or two dribbles. So hopefully he's learning.
And I'm sorry, Sam, I'll be really quick because I know you got other people. This is why I really got mad at Tim Hardaway. I think it was like the end of the first half, like near the end of the first half, right? And you remember when it was Tim Hardaway, Burke, and Frank, right? Mm-hmm. Burke wanted the ball, and I think Frank kind of like conceded, but it would have been better for Frank to have the ball so he could facilitate something because there was like 40 seconds left. And Tim Hardaway called them off for his own ISO play. And I'm looking at this, and I'm like, that's not the sign of a leader. A leader would have, first of all, Tim Hardaway, you're so quick and fast. If you run around picks, he's so quick and fast, he can literally run off ball and beast. And in his head, he's still thinking, I'm only a leader if I'm only the best player, or I justify my contract if I ISO the ball all the time. And I think that, what's her name? Fizzle has to get rid of that. He has to get rid of that mentality. It's a team game. Everyone has to get involved, especially when you have a guy like Kanter who's hot. So, I don't know. You got to just trade him off. Yeah. Sorry to take up so much time.
Yeah, I got you.
I just want to point that out.
Yeah. Isaiah, I'm going to come to you in a minute. Let me get to this call. Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Hey, what's going on, Sam? This your man. I've been trying to get at y'all for weeks. I thought y'all had me barred since y'all made me donkey of the night one night. It's your man, Rob the Knick.
No, man, never. We just here talking about
y'all
Hardaway.
Did me dirty.
We here talking
couldn't get in the chat, couldn't get in the video chat. I've been like 10 days. I've been on shutdown.
Yeah,
but I'm happy to be back though. Happy to be back.
Yeah, I'm glad you're back. Let me ask you this.
All right. So y'all, look, I told you. I don't know if you remember, but when I first started calling, I told you about Trier. I told you in college he gave Allonzo Ball the business. Mm-hmm. I seen him. I can tell what I was looking at. When the Knicks stole him, I was like, yeah, something serious. But yeah, I've been speaking good about Hardaway back in the past. But look, you're right. Hardaway need to watch his back because Trier is coming. Mm-hmm. And what I seen in the game tonight, which, like, especially that first quarter was like crazy. Nobody, and I was kind of pissed off at Frank in the first quarter too, because the reason why it was so much isolation to me was because he wouldn't take command of the game. And then once Trier came in and he took command of the game and they got a flow going, Frank was able to come back in and ease back in and then do his thing. Yeah. He has to have that mindset in the beginning.
I hear you.
Because the whole game was his. He started, he got all sluggish, and he disappeared.
A matter of fact, all the guards really disappeared until Trier came up. He looked like he's the alpha dog out there.
Yeah.
And if I had to make a decision about something, I don't care if I had to sit Timmy. If he keeps playing like this the rest of the preseason, going into opening night, that's going to be my guard. Him and Frank will have to. I'm leaning a little bit towards Trey Burke right now, but Frank can get it just because on the defensive side of the ball, and Trier showed that he can play some defense.
Yeah.
Not only was he tracking balls down, and he had a chemistry with Kanter that I was seeing too, as far as Kanter trusting him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I saw as though they got back in the game. But yeah, they can. There's a lot of serious things going up there. Now Timmy was on the side of the laughing and joking, but you can see the look in his face. I had lost a starting job before like that, where you just had to root for your team and put on the persona that something is going on that is all good, but deep down inside, you thinking that, oh boy, I might be in trouble.
Mm-hmm. It's
and
hard.
that's the look that I seen on Timmy's face.
And to back up your point, correct defense. Thank you for the super chat. Correct defense said Hardaway might be taking that starting spot for granted, and he may be taking it for granted. You know what I'm saying? And last thing on Trier, and I want to move on to something else. I'm gonna let you start that off, then I'll get to another call into the video chat. Mighty Knicks gave a shout out to Trier's brother. I want to let you guys know, if you saw my last halftime video, with the Wizards, I interviewed which I thought was just a regular Knicks fan, and the guy said, my brother plays for the team. I said, who? He said, Allonzo Trier. So I got a quick interview with him, but it turns out that it was Allonzo Trier's childhood friend, who they still talk, and that's the reason why he was at the game. But it turns out that it was his childhood friend. If you go back, you check it out. But what he did say, I asked him, I said, is he okay with being in the G League and working on his way up, or does he want a spot on a team? Obviously, he wants a spot on a team, but he said no. Trier wants to be on the team. You know what I'm saying? But just to clear it up,
he deserves to be on the team.
Yeah, to clear it up, it's his childhood friend. But I want to ask now. I want to move away. We've been talking about Trier for a while, and I see someone asking about Damian Dotson. So we'll talk about him in a little bit. I want to talk about Enes Kanter though. Enes Kanter tonight, and I never did give a rundown of the box score tonight. But Enes Kanter, 22 points, 20 rebounds in 26 minutes. Okay, that's beastly. I mean, that's just straight. Oh yeah, that's just straight beasting it. You know what I mean? And let me give a rundown of the box scores real quick. Like I said, Enes Kanter, 22 points, 20 rebounds. You also got up there, we got Kevin Knox, who was, kind of had a light night tonight. Kevin Knox, 22 minutes, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers. And you know what? Let's expect he shot 50% from the field. Being in that starting lineup with Trey Burke, Tim Hardaway Jr., you're going to see some nights, I believe, where he's quiet, because you got two guys who believe that they are the alpha dogs on the floor. And he's young, they're older, the respect factor is going to be there naturally. That's I'll be watching that. But Lance Thomas played 17 minutes, no points, but listen, he was a plus 18. Why? Because he plays defense and he does things. I don't care what no one says. People can say whatever they want. I like Lance Thomas in that starting lineup, and I think he's going to stay there. Tim Hardaway Jr., 9 points, 3 for 11 from the field, 27%. Shot 1 for 2 from 3, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Trey Burke, 9 points, 3 for 7 from the field for 43%. Had 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Mario Hezonja played 24 minutes, 3 points. Mario Hezonja right now is not, I don't know. Maybe he looks a little bit frustrated. He plays a little frustrated. So he plays sometimes out of control. I didn't like his body language tonight. Frank Ntilikina, 9 points, had was 4 for 8 from the field, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. We seen a Frank that was, I'm not gonna say just more aggressive. That's the word that everyone's gonna want to use. I don't see that he played any more aggressive than he usually plays. He just recognized when it was his time to score, and he capitalized on the opportunity. That is what I seen from Frank. What I see from Frank all the time is that he plays within the offense and he takes what is available to him. When you have a player like that, sometimes every shot's not going to be available. Frank can get a shot. You know what I mean? When he has that mindset and he really does understand to take the shot that's available, we'll see more games like this from Frank. But anyway, 20 minutes. Of course, when the season starts, I want to see that be up near 30. 9 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, 1 steal. Moutier, 14 minutes, 2 points, 1 assist, 1 for 5 from the field. Just didn't look good. Trier, of course, had 25 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. He also had 5 turnovers. You know, a lot of turnovers come when you ISO a lot and you try to, if you try to do too much. But you know, he's a rookie. He'll get it over. Mitchell Robinson, of course, went out with an ankle injury. Played 10 minutes, had 2 points, 2 rebounds. Didn't do much. Noah Vonleh. Listen, I want to see more from Noah Vonleh, because when Noah Vonleh gets on the floor, in my opinion, when Noah Vonleh gets on the floor, I see a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of energy. He really does. He comes in with energy, and he's an active body. He can rebound the ball. I want to see more of him play. I really do. And maybe Fizdale is just at this moment, he is testing out to see what Mitchell Robinson is going to give us. But I really think that Noah Vonleh can be productive just because he's so active. He can rebound. He can rebound from above the rim. Right? I think he's going to be a guy that plays a lot. He may not be playing a lot in the preseason, but I think he's going to be a guy that plays a lot because he is very, very active body, a big body. Okay, Damian Dotson.
He needs to get closer to the basket.
What'd you say?
I think he's a little bit too. I think he needs to get a little bit closer to the basket because his 15-footer, I think he's good, 10 and in. When he stretches it a little bit, his shot just looks a little bit off, and he tries to dribble with a handle too much. I don't know if he really has that in his game yet because I haven't really watched him, but it looks like he plays with the ball a lot. When he gets it in his hand instead of just, going straight to the operation. He wants to do a little dribbling a lot, like he want to show. He looks like to me that he wants to show that what he can do. I don't know if that's going to help us or hurt us in the long run, but in the last 2 games that I've been looking at him, that's what it seems like. He's anxious and he's I don't know exactly what he can do, so I can't really even speak on him like that. But he seems as though his body seems as though he should be down there in the paint before he starts, show that he can score down there first.
Yeah, okay.
And then move it out a little bit.
Okay.
So I don't know right then and there. But another thing I don't know if you knew about your man Allonzo. In college, he was 50, 38, and 88. That was his career in college, and he played all 4 years.
Right.
And that's where he finished at. He shot 50, 38, and 88 from the line. So, he's going to be something consistent. But that caller who broke down what they were saying at the half, at the top of the key, let him work off a pick, that was spot on. Instead of having him doing all the dribbles, even though he got a lot of good moves down in that area. But that would help him, and he can conserve some energy on defense instead of just putting the ball to the floor all the time.
Right. All right.
But
I'm gonna let you go, man.
We gonna have to, I'm gonna let you go. But I'm glad to get back in the rotation. And I'm still looking for him. I know you had me on shutdown. I'm looking for him.
Yeah. Okay. We got you. All right, man.
Peace to the chat.
No doubt.
All right.
All right. Peace.
All right.
Peace. But yeah, Noah Vonleh. I want to see some more Noah Vonleh. And then Damian Dotson. 8 minutes, 8 points, 4 for 4 from the field. Damian Dotson, a lot of people was down on him, including me, coming out of Summer League. But Damian Dotson, so far, these 2 preseason games has showed us something. And listen, I'm excited to have the opportunity to one day look at, a shooting guard lineup of Trier and Damian Dotson rather than Hardaway. And I was telling guys in the chat before we even got onto the stream, I really would like, you guys know, I don't like Tim Hardaway's game. I just don't like his game. And if we could move Tim Hardaway and then let Trier take some of those minutes. Trier's got to prove that he can continue to do it, though. So I'm not saying right now. I'm saying let Trier prove that he can do it. And if Trier continues to prove that he can do it, get Tim Hardaway out of there. Let Trier take some of those minutes. And let Courtney Lee be the guy who mentors Trier. Not Hardaway. Courtney Lee. As a matter of fact, Hardaway and Trier are probably too close in age. You know what I mean? That's like the blind leading the blind then. They're too close in age. Let Courtney Lee be that guy that mentors them. And teaches them how to be a professional, how to play basketball, playing defense. That's my take on it. But anyway, I went right back to Trier. I don't want to keep talking about Trier. I want to talk about Inez Kanter because Inez Kanter had 22 points and 20 rebounds tonight. I feel like Inez Kanter looks fast. He looks in shape. He looks lean. And he looks like someone who is really going to make it hard for the Knicks in the offseason to move on from if he continues to play this way. If he plays like this the whole season, it will be very, very hard to move on from a guy. I seen someone in the chat say that Kanter is going to average 20 and 12. I do not put it past Kanter to average 20 and 12 this year. And he could easily average 20 and 12 this year. You know what I mean? Kanter is a beast down low. He can score. He can get a bucket anytime he gets the ball down low. You know what I mean? And I'm not mad at the 2 threes that he took tonight. I know I've seen some people say that they didn't want Inez Kanter shooting threes. Both threes that he took tonight were very good shots. They were wide open. He was there by himself. And I believe if he continues to get threes that wide open, he will make some of them. You know what I mean? And he should shoot them if he's that wide open. If he's going to be that wide open, he should shoot them. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
You know what I mean? I'm not mad at the 2 3 that he took.
Caller, can you hear me? I don't know if he can hear me, so we're going to move on to the next caller. We got to be ready. But, I see Romeo Dredd says, Kanter can't shoot threes, trade him. Listen, Kanter had, I don't remember what he had, stats wise in the last game, but he had 22 and 20 tonight in 26 minutes. I feel like Kanter's going to do this all season long, and I feel like he's gonna make it hard. He's gonna make it hard for the Knicks to, just give up on him. And if all he has to do is be a decent defender. That's it. If in my opinion, I felt like this for a long time. If Kanter is a decent defender, just be an average defender, so that you can stay on the floor in fourth quarters, he could be an all-star because he can average 20 and 12, 20 and 14. I think he can do that easy. Caller, you on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Hey, Sim. Good night. How are you doing? It's JP calling.
Hey, JP. How you doing? Glad to hear from you.
Doing well.
Glad to hear from you.
Doing well.
Good. So what do you think? What do you think about Kanter?
He's Kanter. I mean, he could rebound well. He's a load to handle.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a good player.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a load to handle down there. I mean, I don't know if there's anyone that can really. Well, I guess the guy that he played with in OKC. Maybe he has some trouble with him when he's playing defense on Kanter. But for the most part, there's not too many people in the league that can stop him.
Yeah, he's like the last of a dying breed when you really think about it.
Right.
Looks like the league is pretty much shying away from players like him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually called because I missed the conference call earlier.
Okay.
So I just wanted to. I'll probably end up having to reach out to you.
Yeah, that's not a problem. And I'm going to send out an email that has just information that was in the conference call. Yeah, so you'll get that. We really had meeting times, where we're going to meet, some of those logistics. So I'll send out that email. You won't miss it.
All right, that's cool.
All right.
And I think this is the first time I spoke to you since you reached out to me in regards to the ESCO thing. So I wanted to thank you very much for reaching out to me.
Yeah, no problem. And
I'm kind of busy. Actually, my dad was actually still he's in the hospital. So I really much had to pretty much change everything around. And I'm up this hour because I was watching the Yankee game. But it's I kind of had to it was some serious stuff. So I pretty much had to put everything to the side and pay attention to that.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, we'll definitely everyone will keep them in our prayers.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the event in the next couple of weeks because it's the first opportunity I get a chance to step away from the situation and really enjoy a live event, TV, and just
I hear you.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, and I'm looking forward to it. To it. We just got 2 weeks away.
Yeah, shout out to the chat. Have a good night, everyone.
You too. Peace.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's get to the video chat, man, and see what these guys thinking in here. Yeah, I want to talk about Kanter a little bit. I want to know what you guys thinking about Kanter. All right, Real Shark fan. I know you said this is we're gonna see if we get this right, man. Let's get it together. There we go.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, brother? Because I can hear you.
I got you.
All right. That's a good thing. Sharks in the water. Shout out to the chat. What's poppin', Sim? I've been trying all night, brother.
Yeah, so, right now I'm just trying to get, where are you on Enes Kanter? What do you think? I think that if Kanter can get his defense together, if he can really get his defense together, that kid could be an all-star, in my opinion. What do you think?
I agree with you. And not only that, he is going to come back for the low because he want to be here. He's going to show out and he's going to try to get that money, but he may come back for less than $10 million. And I really think that's a possibility. And he's going to play strong all year. He's dedicated to the team and he likes the team. He likes New York. He likes everything about his situation right now. So he's going to try everything in his power to do what he can do just to stay here.
Yeah. Now, do you really think if Kanter averages 20 and 12 and somebody offers him a serious contract, do you think he's going to pass up that kind of, and maybe he is that kind of a guy because, Kanter he's a little bit, just coming from his background and things that go on in his country and stuff like that. He may, he might have a different mindset than people that come from America. Listen, I'm an American, all right? I'm not downplaying anyone in America. I'm just talking about the difference in the mindset, because if it were me, look, if I'm 25 years old, 26 years old, I'm trying to, make as much money as I can and get what I'm worth. Some people have a different mindset. So do you think Kanter has that kind of a mindset to where he'd be willing to, if a team is offering him 15, 16 million a year, he'd stay with the Knicks for 8. Would he do that?
You know what, Sam? I think he's that type of dude. It depends on what team is offering him that money. If he has to rebuild and start over with that team, I believe he will elect to stay with the Knicks because he's already established here. We're on the right track. We rebuilding, and we got a strong young core, and he likes that, and he's hungry, and he know we got the right system, we got the right coach, we got the right players, we got KP coming back sooner than what everybody thinks, and he's going to come back 110%. I don't think he's going to come back if he's not ready. But Kanter, I believe Kanter is that type of guy. To be honest with you, I really do. I really do. I think he's going to walk his talk, to be honest with you.
Okay. All right. Let me see what some other people think. Prince, I'm going to come to you, man. What do you think? What's your take on Kanter?
I was extremely impressed with him today.
Uh-huh.
Honestly. He showed me that, you know, like you said, he make the Knicks really have to scratch their head and wonder, do we really want to let this kid go or keep him?
Yeah.
You know, so my thing was, it's just really how much more can he grow in his game? Can he be somewhat of a defensive, center to help us out? He's never going to be a shot blocker or a rim protector, but can you play some defense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he can, then, he may be worth, investing in the long run.
Okay. All right. Let's see what, let me go to Isaiah. Isaiah been having his hand up all night waiting for me. What's up, man?
What's going on? What's up, man? Ready to root. Yo, wait, who's that echoing? Hello?
I'm not. Go ahead. It's not in the stream though. I can't hear it right now. It's just behind the scenes.
Yeah, Kanter, man. We're gonna need him because Jesus Christ, rebounding is gonna be a real big issue this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of my only things I have against Fizdale is the three. When you're talking about three guards, I don't really see it because even tonight we had troubles rebounding.
Yeah.
We had a lot of. I've seen a lot of trouble with rebounding, and it's going to be a serious issue later on.
Yeah.
But we're going to need Kanter. We're going to need Kanter in those rebounds.
Right, and I see a Rishi Kumo. I hope I said the name right. Said team defense to help Kanter out, and of course, definitely, if we can get guys really playing team defense, that's going to help. It's going to help everyone, of course. You know what I mean? But
also, too, Sim, you know what I noticed that I seen, which wasn't fair to Frank. I seen a lineup where it was literally Frank, Kanter, Moutier, Mario, and I forgot who else, and it was just basically him playing defense.
Well, I mean,
and it was,
and listen, I had a couple of things that I wanted to clip up, and next game I'm going to be doing it during the game so I can have it here. I had a clip that I wanted to clip up where Frank was like playing defense on 3 different people at one point.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what play you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I don't know what's going to happen with Kanter in the offseason, but I think he's going to make it really hard. He's going to make it hard with his play this year, I feel like.
But you know what, Sam, though? You know what, Sam? I think we're going to offer him I don't want to really... We're going to offer him a 4-year, $60 million.
Okay. We'll see.
I see that happening.
All right. Viv, what do you think, man?
It's tough. I don't want to really offer too much contract-wise. I want to let the market dictate it first. But look, I mean, Kanter is what he is defensively. I don't think it's going to change too much. What can only change is, I guess, the schemes that they try to put to try to at least try to limit some of his, weaknesses on pick and roll. But we haven't really seen that too much yet. What I do like, though, is they're trying to at least expand his offensive game to an extent where he's not a true liability. But yeah, he did take a 3 today. He took a couple 3s today. He missed him by a little bit. But I'm more impressed with the 3s is the ability to handle the ball a little bit and also try to find the cutters. He was able to try to get some backdoor cuts, those O'Quinn cuts. I liked it. It was, I think, a couple last game too. But if he could do more of that and just try to diversify his game a bit, I mean, he'd go from like a huge negative on defense to like a huge negative in that sense to more of like a like a middle type of guy, where at least he can kind of provide you something on offense, and it's kind of varied. And he's not like he might be bad on defense, but at least he can do something else. Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my whole real view on it.
Okay. All right. Guillermo, what do you think?
Yeah, man. I don't know if we should give him a big contract at the end of the season. And if we do, it better not have that. What did he have on his contract? Whatever. I don't know. It depends on where we are at the end of the season, because we can't only have Mitchell Robinson as our only competent center. I think Enes Kanter does. The fact that he was 4th in offensive rebounding in the NBA is astounding. And with such a young team, you want your guys to get 2nd and 3rd chances. So that's really important. But but then you're also looking at 2019. Who comes to New York, right? I'm not saying we get this person, but say we get a KD, or whatever. Does Kanter fit in the plans with that? Like, you know what I mean? So it depends. Like, I agree with Vivek. I'd rather let the market dictate first.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he'd give New York a discount, because everyone knows Kanter's game in the NBA. And if he doesn't improve his threes, he's kind of a relic in the NBA, right? The guard who's kind of good around the basketball, blah, but they can't expand, right? He can't really space out guys because he can't shoot. So it depends. I think we'll get him on a cheap, but let's not overplay it. But I think his offensive rebounding will help guys like Trier, Frank Ntilikina, and all these other guys. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
to what happens.
And like Kanter likes to say, man, that offensive rebound drains a team. It drains a team because they figure that team plays good defense and they figure they got to stop, and then Kanter gets the rebound and puts it back in or kicks it back out. That drains you big time.
All that energy for nothing, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, my bad, Guillermo. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna get to the real shark. Jersey Shore.
What up?
Kanter,
okay, I tend to agree with Vic. We need to let the league dictate what's gonna be offered to Kanter. Even though he's still fits the mold as still a young player. He's only 20, 25, 26 years old, just like Hardaway. He's a beast. He's a beast. That's why I believe that you need a stronger defensive two in the game to help along with this team defense, because Kanter can't move laterally at all. He's killing us there. So let the league dictate, and then determine whether you're going to pay the guy $50 million. I wouldn't give him 60. I'd give him 50.
Okay. All right. So this is what I'm gonna do, guys. We're coming down to the end of the show, man. I'm gonna take a couple of calls, and then I'm gonna come back to the chat and find out what you guys want to see coming up Friday with the Pelicans, and then get your last word. All right, because I seen someone, I think it was Emmanuel C, said that he thinks that the Pelicans are really going to expose us inside. You know what I mean? And that could be the case, because they're going to be they're big, right? That could be the case. So just think about it a bit, talk about it, and then I'll come back to you. Caller, you're on live with Nothing But Knicks. What's popping?
Hey, what's up, CJ? I mean, what's up, Sim?
Well, I didn't know my name changed.
Sim?
What's going on with you, bro?
Sorry. No, hey, what's up?
I'm good, man. We're talking about Kanter. We're talking about Kanter. We're talking about the Pelicans. What's going on with you?
Yeah. No. Well, I want to talk about the Pelicans, but then I want to get in on Kanter.
Okay.
With the Pelicans, I think I'd like to see Fizdale change up the lineup a little bit. I'd like to see Frank start. I mean, Burke comes in and he doesn't play his game when he starts. So I'd like to see Frank. I'd honestly like to see Hardaway out of there for the. I'd hope Lee could come back so we get to see Lee. But if not, I don't know. I want to see a different lineup. I love Lance at the 4 in front of Kanter. Knox, I think everything, but I'd like to see a change up at the guard position.
Okay, I wouldn't mind seeing Frank and Zoe start. See what that looks like.
Yeah, definitely Zoe. I don't want to get too much on the Zoe. I guess that was hashed out earlier tonight. But
but
No, I mean, definitely. I don't want to see Moutier. I think he benched himself the last 2 games. I don't see him. He just never showed any growth. All that stuff they said he did in training camp and all that. I don't see it. I don't see any of that. He goes in there and he does the same thing he's been doing for 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
And look, I see, some people in the chat say that, the starting lineup is, it's over with. We know who's going to be starting. I disagree. I think that Fizdale is still figuring out who he wants to start. I still do.
I
think he's still.
Too. I mean, we haven't seen Lee, and I mean Lee. I don't see Lee coming off the bench, so I see Lee taking Hardaway's spot. You know what you're going to get from Lee. Lee is a pro.
Yeah.
I mean, Hardaway hasn't come in and established himself once. Yeah. I haven't seen Hardaway go on a little tear. I mean, if Hardaway did what Trier did at least once in the last 2 games, I think we'd all feel a little bit better. But Hardaway's gone out there and looked miserable.
Yeah. And the chat, I'm gonna let you go, man. I appreciate the call because we're coming down to the end. Ant has joined us in the video chat since he was watching the Yankees, so we'll give him a pass tonight. We'll give him a pass, but I see like the chat is a little bit, you guys are, you guys not sure. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I see. Edward, you saying that starting 5 is over. Okay, I think I might agree with you there. I see Troy Flett said Trey Burke is a floor general. No, he's not a floor general. I'm sorry. I don't know what you consider to be a floor general. Trey Burke is not a floor general. I have no problems with the type of player that Trey Burke is. I think we let Trey Burke do what he does, but he is not a floor general, in my opinion. And I think if you try to make him a floor general, you're going to take away from what he does best. You know what I mean? Call you on live with nothing but Knicks. What's popping?
What's good, Sim? Where we at right now?
What's going on, man? We talking about we're moving on, talking about the Pelicans in Friday's game.
Oh, that's gonna be real crazy. I think we're gonna get a spanking in that one.
Think so?
Especially if Davis is playing, because we don't know. First off, Mitchell Robinson, he's raw, and I've noticed that there's a lot of times during the game he doesn't really know what's going on. Like, he doesn't know how to set picks yet. Like, I've seen a couple of plays, like, he didn't really know how to set a pick, like, the timing of when to set a pick.
Mm-hmm.
And just little things like that, he doesn't have that. He's just going off basic instinct right now. Like,
right.
He's not ready. He's not ready to face like Anthony Davis. And then Kanter, he can't step out and guard because they're gonna run right past him. So I think defensively for our big men, that's gonna be a real challenge. And I think it might be an ugly game because I don't know who else is gonna guard unless you put Vonleh in there. And I don't know what he's gonna end up looking like because we haven't seen enough of him. So I don't know how that's gonna look.
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't think Mitchell Robinson's even gonna play in the next game. They'll probably just rest his ankle.
That's what I'm saying. Because I saw somebody. I think I see somebody in the chat say that he said that he was gonna be back. So that's why I mentioned him.
Okay, was he? All right.
I don't. If that's the case, then either way, it's gonna be a tough game for a big man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the experience they need anyway. So I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they need. We need to see, how can they perform against, your top NBA competition. We need to see that all the way. definitely. And you know, we're talking about Kanter. We all know Kanter's limitations on defense. This is a way for us to look and say, you know, let's look at it. Let's see what he does. You know what I mean? Let's see if he can at least. The only thing I want from Kanter, the defensively, is to hold his own. That's it. You know, hold his own and learn, even, you know, just learn how to handle that pick and roll a little bit better. Just be an average defender.
That's not him, son.
I know. I know.
He could, around the basket, he's good. You could drag him out, and you're gonna drive right past him. And what's crazy to me is, like, I don't understand why is it like that, because he has pretty good footwork when we're talking about him offensively, but he can't translate that defensively, and that's what always kind of trips me out, because he's so good offensively, and his footwork is right on the offensive side of the ball. But when you talk about defensively, it's sometimes the total opposite. So
and I think maybe some of it just has to do with he hasn't had enough coaching. You know, because, you know, if you know his history, you know, he was supposed to go to Kentucky, and, you know, they had all the stuff with the NCAA stuff that went on with him. He never got the chance to play. He sat out a year.
But I can't give him that excuse.
I don't know.
He's been in the league
for a while.
8 years already.
Right. He's been in the league for a while. But, you know, in the league, when you get in the NBA, they're not teaching like that. So if you haven't learned it from high school and in college, they may not be teaching as much. Amari Stoudemire had those same kind of problems.
All right, but
you never know.
You could at least get better.
You can, and you have enough money to, in the off season, hire coaches to teach you. So
exactly, and it's been eight seasons, so it should be better than what it is now. But another thing I wanted to get at you about is that you saying, like, Kanter, he looks better, sharp. Nah, he's the same dude that he was last season. He was doing this last season.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
everybody was looking at him because of his lapses on the defense, but offensively, he's the same guy.
No, but I feel like this year he's running the floor better. I think he's thinner. Obviously I knew that he can score down low, but I feel like he's thinner and leaner and faster this year.
I don't know. Yeah. I see him the same.
Yeah,
I mean, like, offensively scoring the ball, getting little offensive rebounds, and he's just doing what he does on offense, which is basically what he did tonight. And I feel like he did that last season as well. But,
but I don't think he. You know, I've seen a few, and I'm gonna let you go out of this because we're getting down to the end. But I think I've seen a few times when I just feel like him run. I mean, I would see him running the floor, but when he ran the floor this year, I feel like it looked faster. You know what I'm saying? It looked faster. It looked like it just looked faster and sharper to me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he's a little bit faster doing things. He just looks leaner and more fit to me this year.
Yeah, he might be in better. You might be in better shape. That was probably helping him out too.
Yeah. Hey man, I appreciate it. And I'm gonna be looking forward to the things that you pointing out. I'm gonna be looking forward to checking that out on Friday night against the Pelicans.
No doubt.
All right, man. Peace. All right. Yeah, that Pelican game, you know, this gonna be a chance. You know, it's gonna be a chance for Kanter to step up and play some defense, prove that he can play some defense. All right. Video chat, I'm coming to you. It's the Puma. We're coming to the end of the Puma post-game report. Also, you know, I showed you guys earlier, and I'm going to put it in the chat. We got some shirts. You guys can grab one of these shirts if you like. Got some more things on the hunt, but I'm going to put it in the chat. You guys can check it out. You can copy a shirt if you like. You know, we got hoodies in there, and we're gonna have some other things coming up very soon. You know, you can go, go just go check it out. Just go check it out. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get back to the video chat, and I seen someone ask me, can I keep the video chat open during the games? Definitely. What'll happen is, you know, I'll have the stream scheduled, and then you guys can jump into the chat while the stream is scheduled. All right. I mean, during the game, and we can talk right in the chat. That's for sure. So let me get to this, and I guess I'm gonna save Aunt G to the end since he hasn't had a chance to say anything. I don't know. Now I should just let him say his last words and get him out of here since he tried to join at the end, huh? Let me see. I'm gonna come to a real sharp thing.
What's up, Sam? What's poppin'?
Yeah. So just give us your take on the Pelicans game, last words, and we're gonna start ending this off.
All right, that Pelicans game is gonna be a real true test for our mob. I believe we up for the challenge. Like you said, it's a chance for Kanter to step up. It's a real chance for him to step up, man. But my parting words is this, man. I got a little beef with the Knicks, man. Cause they shoot the ball and they run straight down. And only one that's why Kanter had 20 rebounds, because nobody else was down there with him, So they gotta really work on that, But I had some technical difficulties tonight trying to get into the chat. I will fix it and I will be back. I had a whole bunch of things to talk about and I didn't get nothing out and it just threw me all off my game. But I will be back. You could believe that. But one more thing, Sim. I missed the conference call today too. So I need to get some info on that opening night game.
Okay, no doubt. I'm sending the email out. I was supposed to do it right after the conference call, but I didn't get a chance to because I was preparing for the pregame stream. I'll make sure I get that email out tonight. So look for an email. That just has the information that you need. All right, everything that we talked about, you'll be able to get in an email, and you'll have things that you can print out and have with you, so you won't miss anything. And we'll probably have another conference call anyway for people who did miss this one.
Okay, so what email is that going to be coming through in?
It'll come from srussell@nothingbutnicks.com.
All right, I heard you. All right, shout out to the chat. Everybody have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
All right, no doubt. Have a good one, bro.
Peace.
All right, let's see who we're going to get to. Guermo, coming to you, bro.
Oh, hey, man. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. This guy's a clown. I'll say my final thoughts since I talk too much, but yeah, we gotta see less ISO ball, man. Like I said, you gotta play Tim Hardaway off ball, and like what's the name said today. I don't know if you're listening, but Fizdale said, hey, he's not gonna reprimand guys for technical mistakes, but he's gonna reprimand you and scream on you for effort mistakes. Mm-hmm. And I think another thing that I saw today was when Trey Burke, when he wasn't involved in the ISO game, like trying to take up his man, whatever. And it was time to make the hockey pass. It was very lazy. It was very nonchalant. So he has to reprimand him for that, and he has to reprimand Tim Hardaway Jr. for not coming off ball and not facilitating offense and just taking up these bad shots. So the thing I want to see next game, I want to see Trier and Frank Ntilikina play, man. I want to see that infectious defense. I want to see that energy, because when they're hot, when Frank is getting his hands on the ball and defending it, getting the passing lanes, when Trier is getting backboard dunks, backboard blocks, that whole team was energized, man. That's what the Knicks need. We haven't had an energizer in years. So that's all I want to see for next game, man. I want to see energy from these guys, and I want to see the earn what you eat, man. Trier killed a lot today, man. So he needs to be able to eat for next game, man. So thanks for taking my call, man. I see you on Friday for the chat. Peace out to the chat. Peace out to the chat room. Peace out, son.
Definitely. Friday I'll be on 7 o'clock for a pregame. I believe 7. What time is the game on Friday?
It's probably 7:30, right?
7:30. I believe the game is at 7:30. If the game is at 7:30, then I'll be on at 7 o'clock, do a pregame, and then I'm shooting around a couple of things. I was thinking, I was thinking about doing a pregame, and then just kind of maybe leaving the video going live and just having a screen up so people can talk in the chat, and then I come right back on to do the post game. Or I don't know. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. But whatever it is, the chat will be available so that people can speak, so that you guys can talk in the chat and keep going. I'll end one stream, and then when I open it back up, you guys will be able to, talk throughout the game. So for sure. All right. Let me see. So I'm gonna get you guys. Let me see who I'm coming to next. Isaiah, I'm coming to you. Next.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody here, man. Shout out to Angie. Shout out to the Prince. Shout out to Viv. What I want to see, I'm gonna be Pacific. I want to see Kevin Knox guard AD. I want him to get a little taste of that.
A little taste of it.
Just like Fizz said, he got to get a taste. If he wants to be the best, you got to guard the best. What I also want to see ball movement. I don't want to see 16 assists. That's disrespectful. I want to see Frank run the solo point guard by himself, solo point guard, no Trey, no Emmanuel. Just play defense. Frank solo at the point. I want to see Knox guard AD, ball movement. I want us to at least have 25 assists. At least 25 assists. Because 16, that doesn't do it in this league. And also, too, real quick, I just wanted to say, man, I love Fizdale because his energy, this wasn't here last year. I want people to know that. The way the players are playing, they weren't doing this last year. And the way I love seeing Fizdale's reactions to things because it brings so much energy. Because I was looking at him on the bench, and it's just amazing how Jeff wasn't doing this last year versus how Fizdale's doing this. If one thing I know Fizz is gonna bring the energy, and I know for a fact these players want to play for him.
Yeah. And when he celebrates the hustle plays,
yes,
it makes a huge difference. When he
Jeff didn't do that last year.
A huge difference.
But shout out to everybody though, man. I'm gonna see y'all Friday. Have a good week, y'all.
All right, no doubt. Peace.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me see. Viv, I'm coming to you, man.
All right, shout out to the chat. It was a fun chat today. Look, we need to see from Friday, I think, is all these guys that didn't play well. They need to step it up. That includes Tim, that includes Trey, that includes Moutier, that includes Azonia. All four of them have to step it up. And, just treat Friday like a wake-up call. And they have to understand that it's not about how many points you score. It's about the energy that you bring to the team. So, they need the energy and intelligence. So they have to be a lot smarter, and they got to come out with the best effort that they can come out with on Friday. Like Isaiah said, like Guillermo said, we gotta stop this ISO nonsense. We gotta be a little bit more crisp. Try to cut down these turnovers. I think Fizz is gonna start, implementing some of his schemes because we're heading into the third preseason game. So we should see more of that. I'm looking to see who's gonna stand out from the backup centers. I don't believe Mitch is going to play on Friday, so I'm curious to see what Vonleh does, and I'm curious to see what Cornette does. But other than that, just continue to play well. I think the game's at home, so it should be a bit exciting for Knicks fans and for the team to show out at home. So I'm looking forward to Friday.
All right, no doubt. Appreciate it, Viv. Hopefully we see you 7 o'clock. I'll be on 7 o'clock Friday with a little pregame, and then of course we'll watch the game, and then I'll be back.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be in the chat, or if I'm going to be in the video chat, but I'll definitely listen in. So I'll just put stuff in the YouTube.
Definitely.
Yep.
All right, Prince.
Sim, man, I got a couple of different things, man. So Friday, I definitely would like to see, just to piggyback off of what Viv said, would be to see these guys who, been in this 2-game slump, see them pick themselves up and start playing a lot better, because again, to really see what we can really look like as a well-oiled machine. What that look like is definitely a lot better flow with the offense. I would like to see us. We moved at a pretty good pace, but I would like to see us push the ball and try to, put the defense at a disadvantage with some 3-on-2s and things of that nature. Definitely, like everybody said, less ISO ball, better ball movement with a purpose. Take care of the ball too. We had a lot of sloppy, lackadaisical passes and things of that nature. So definitely take care of the ball. A couple other things would be can Kornet play meaningful minutes? With Mitchell going down with this ankle injury, can we really trust on Kornet going on into the season to play meaningful minutes with us? And I would like to see how he plays definitely on Friday.
Yeah.
Trier's game, can he build on his game? And what I mean by that is, obviously we see that you can score, but can you score and facilitate and make other people around you better by, all the attention that you get as a scorer? So I would like to see him build on his game some more, because I think he's honestly done that from summer league to these last 2 games. I've seen a little bit of growth in him. So if we could see more growth, that'd be even better. And I think my last thing would have to be defensive attentiveness. Can we pay attention to the defensive scheme and our defensive assignments a lot better than we did today? Because I don't think that either was just out of sync, or just people just really didn't understand where they were supposed to be and how they were supposed to rotate.
Okay.
So, those couple things, man. But, hey, Sim, shout out to chat. Keep doing your thing, man. Hey, definitely see you on Friday. I'll probably be watching the game in the chat on Friday. So, definitely, man, keep doing your thing. And, hey, shout out to chat.
Right. So, like I said, on Friday, what I'm going to do is, I'll have the pregame. After the pregame, I'll shut that down, and then I'll schedule the post game. But once I schedule the post game, you'll be able to come in and talk in the chat. You know what I mean? And the reason why I'm gonna do it that way is because if I leave it on from the pregame all the way until now, you're talking about a video that's gonna upload that's gonna be a 5-hour video. Nobody gonna go back and listen to a 5-hour video. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Yeah. So that's not gonna work. Yeah. So that way when I cut that video down, it'll be a 30-minute video. And then it'll come back, and when I restart, it'll be another 2-hour video. So it'll work that way. But you'll be able to come into the chat and talk. I'll be in the chat talking. So we're just talking about the game, and then there we go. It'll be good.
Definitely, Sim. Hey, man, keep doing your thing, brother. Hey, be safe and be blessed, man. See you on Friday.
See you on Friday. Peace.
All right.
All right. And what's up, man?
What's up, man? I'm a happy man tonight, man.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah, I couldn't come in the chat, man. That game was too intense, man. I was up, jumping around, screaming, cursing. I couldn't come in the chat.
Yeah, but I know you could.
'Cause my heart was divided into 3 sections: the Knicks, UConn, and the Yankees. So
okay,
that was a big one. But I was listening the whole time, though. So I feel like I'm a prophet, son. I do.
All right. Why is that?
I feel like when I say things, people need to, put some weight in my words. You feel me?
Okay.
Like when I say Emmanuel Mudiay is not a good basketball player, just believe me. Just believe me. And Ron Baker deserves more minutes. I think he's proven right now that he makes more positive plays than Emmanuel Mudiay.
Yeah, and he does.
And we could talk about quote unquote talent. We could talk about potential, but I'm going with the guy that produces. And Ron Baker may not be the greatest basketball player, but he's a better basketball player than Emmanuel Mudiay. So at this point, my boy Frank, I feel like this was a great game for him. I kind of agree with you. I don't think he was more aggressive. I just think he was, he picked his spots a little better, and but I don't think he was more aggressive per se. I just think he played his game, and I think if Frank continue to do that, and continue to find, the right spots to pick and, where to get his shots at and when to attack. I think, we're going to see more games where his scoring averages go up a little bit and, he can still be that unselfish type point guard. We don't want to change his mentality. Like, we don't want him to become selfish.
Right.
Not him. That's not his personality.
Right.
And if you try to fit that round head peg into a square hole, it's not going to work. So I like what I saw from Frank. Kevin Knox, I kind of feel like he was kind of, they didn't really look for him tonight. They didn't look for him. And I feel like that's where Frank would, help out. Because guys like Burke and Moody, they weren't really looking for Knox.
Yeah.
And as a young guy, I think Knox kind of, after the first couple quarters when they weren't really looking for him, he kind of just got disinterested, if that makes sense. That he wasn't really as aggressive as he normally is. But yeah, man, on Friday,
that's the thing that's been.
I want to say this. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's been a question about Knox, though, right? So we gotta watch it and see what's up.
Because he starts to float sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I trust Fizz. I think Fizz will get in him.
Right.
I think Fizz will make it clear that he has to stay aggressive. I want to see him. At times come up and demand the ball. I think he has that kind of offensive talent to where he can say, give me the ball. He can't allow himself to get lost in the offense. He's too talented.
Right. And the thing is, for a young guy, it might take a little bit of time to build that kind of respect, or just to build the confidence within your team, where you're like, hey, give me the ball. It might take a little time for him to build that.
KP still struggles with it sometimes.
Yep. Yeah.
KP had dropped 22 in the first half and then ended up with 26.
Right.
And what happened? It's because they gotta get to the point where they're confident enough but they gotta build that cachet up through leadership, hard work.
Exactly.
You can't just come on the court demanding the ball. Like you gotta earn it. You gotta earn your teammates' respect. But
for sure.
I think that starting lineup on Friday, I do not want to see the same starting lineup.
Me either. I want to see something different. You know what I mean? I want to see something different.
I didn't want to see it today.
But see it today too. I want to see it today too. That start was lackluster. I want to see something different.
Yeah, and with that starting lineup, the lineups and the rotations aren't balanced. I saw you tweeted who's going to come in and score off the bench if we start all of our offensive guys together. Right. It doesn't.
Right.
There's no balance.
Yeah. So we'll see.
I think Frank deserves a start next start. I think. I think Fizdale may reward Trier with a start next game.
That'd be nice. I would love to see that. That's exactly what he should do. If he's talking about, guys got to earn it. There are no, nobody is given a starting spot. Spots are still open. Then if he earned it, put him out there and make Hardaway say, make Hardaway look back and say, oh, wait a minute. This guy's going to come in and take my spot. Put him out there. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because Trier outplayed him he outplayed him.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I think Lance deserves to start again. I don't see any. I think Breen said something. He was like a plus 14 at the end of the half, and he hadn't scored a bucket.
Right.
Lance does stuff. That. He's so valuable. I would keep Lance after this year. I want to sign Lance again. That's how valuable I think he is. Even when we get the players we want, a guy like Lance, is a guy that's valuable.
Exactly.
He makes winning plays. He's in the right spot all the time. He plays hard all the time.
Yeah.
That's my guy. And put some respect on Ron Baker's name. Did you see how Fizdale looked at Baker when he dove on that floor and got that pass? I told y'all that Fizdale is going to fall in love with Baker, and it's happening. I'm telling you. Ron Baker is going to be a bigger part of this team than people give him credit for. And when that happens, you can come back to the chat and say, Aunt G, you were right. That's going to happen a lot this year, son.
Yeah.
But
all right.
It's happening a lot.
Yep. All right, man. I'm going to get going. Friday, 7 o'clock. We'll be on Friday, 7 o'clock.
I'll be here.
All right. All right. And talk to you later, man. Peace. All right, folks. Good show. Hey, no matter what, we got a lot of issues to work out still, but I still feel good that we got a win. I feel proud of the team. So I'm happy with that. I'm very, very happy with that. So I'm looking forward to Friday. I do want to see a different lineup, different starting lineup Fizdale, from what I thought he said, is, you know, we were going to have that first starting lineup, and then in the second half they was going to go back to Frank and Moutier. It didn't happen tonight. I want to see a different starting lineup, one that's more predicated, one that's a little bit more balanced. I want to see one that's more balanced with defense and offense. You know, that's what I want to see. I want to see, you know, Emmanuel C. brought up some good points about, you know, playing against some big guys in New Orleans. So I want to see, I want to see what Kanter can do against these guys. I tend to think that Kanter is in better shape. He looks lean. He looks fit. I want to see what's going to happen defensively. You know, I don't want to see him get chewed up. I want to see him hold his own, at the very least, hold his own defensively. You know, but I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait till Friday. I'm excited. I'll be on 7 o'clock Friday night, 7 o'clock for a pregame show. The pregame, once we finish up the pregame show, I'll go off. Then I'll reopen the chat. You know, once I'll schedule the next show. You guys will be able to jump right into the chat and continue talking until that next show starts. So, you know, that way, you know, we can chat throughout the whole game. All right. So that's it for the Puma post-game analysis. 7 o'clock, you have the Puma pre-game analysis. Get your Puma gear. Check the link in the description. October 11th, the Puma Clyde Disrupts. The same shoes you see Kevin Knox rocking on the floor. Go get them. Nothing but Knicks t-shirts. You can see it through the mic. Check the link in the description. You know, there's going to be more stuff up there, a lot more stuff up there. But I'm out, guys. I want you guys to have a great week. Coming down to the end of the week, but, you know, have a great week until Friday. And peace.